Liverpool today. I've got my Liverpool colours on. There's a clue on what we're doing today. Come with me and I'll show you around about Liverpool. Can you guess what we're doing? So if you've not guessed it already, we are in Liverpool for the Trail of the Beatles, the most famous band in the world. My audio stopped working at this point, I don't know why, but we'll carry on regardless. This is Matthew Street. While it has historical and family-friendly atmosphere during the day, it turns into a vibrant, rowdy nightlife hub after dark, heavily favoured by stag and hen parties. Going into the Beatles shop now, the staff in here were very, very friendly. If you're ever in Liverpool, come and say hello. They're willing to give you information, they're willing to speak to you. Very lovely people, so hello to you guys if you're watching. It was very nice talking to both of you. And I didn't make it to the men's toilets. You know what I mean. While we're waiting for the audio to kick in, I'll give you a couple of facts about the Beatles. During the week of April 4th, 1964, the Beatles occupied the top 5 spots simultaneously on the Billboard Hot 100. Can't Buy Me Love, Twist and Shout, She Loves You, I Want to Hold Your Hand, and Please Please Me. In addition to these 5 singles, 7 of their other songs held various lower positions on the Billboard Hot 100 singles charts. John Lennon got the inspiration for the Beatles song Good Morning from a TV commercial for Kellogg's Cornflakes. The jingle in the commercial went, good morning, the best to you each morning, sunshine breakfast, Kellogg's Cornflakes, crisp and full of fun. The song Yesterday is the most covered song in the history of recorded music by over 2,200 artists. The White Album is the only sleeve of a Beatles studio album not to show the members of the band on the front cover. So Matthew Street was originally named Matthew Plunkington Street. Back in 1766, traders included a candle and soap seller, a baker, a ship carpenter, a plasterer, a merchant, and a solicitor, plus many, many more. Matthew Street is easily walkable from anywhere in the city. The closest train station is Moorfields, and the nearest major parking facility is a multi-storey car park on Victoria Street. So this is the Beatles Museum. It's £20 for an adult, a concession is £15 and a child is £8.50 to go into the museum. If you do the tour bus, then you can get into it for a discount. Just show your ticket. This bar, the Rubber Soul, was named after the 1965 album the Beatles wrote. In a wee moment, you'll see a life-size statue of the young Cilla Black, who's belting out a tune, and it was unveiled in 2017 as part of the Cavern Club's 60th anniversary celebrations. In there. We'll be getting in there in a wee while. The Cavern first opened its doors on January 5th, 1957 as a jazz club. The early emerging skiffle bands in Liverpool were given a platform to play. However, leading to John Lennon's first band, the Quarrymen. The most famous club in the world. Sergeant Pepper's Apartments. There's a Hard Day's Night hotel. Let's go in, have a wee nosy. Does anybody know any of the words to a hard day's night? It's been a hard day's night. I've been working like a dog. That's all I know. Apologies for my singing. There's also a film called A Hard Day's Night. I've got it in DVD. This is in the Hard Day's Night Hotel still. There's a bar down the stairs. It's shut at the moment, but here's what it's like inside. It's very, very posh. Oh, this is all the celebrities. You've got, see if I can recognise anybody. Elton John. Go out the Elton Air tour bus.
Across the road. I know these things. You've got to know these things. Do you know? You're right, Paul Bill. He's wearing his wedding suit. He got married to Yoko in that suit. Apart from the pants. Pants are changing pants. Changing wedding. Okay, how many Beatles are on the cover of Abbey Road? Why? There's a Volkswagen Beetle. This guy knows each other. Although you can't write that question down, because that would be B-double-E. There's only 4 Beetles in that. What's the registration plate of the Volkswagen Beetle? You know that. It's a coded message that Paul was dead, apparently. LWM, which in a roundabout way represented Linda McCartney. 28 IF. The idea was, if Paul McCartney 28 married to Linda McCartney, why is he barefoot on the cover? Why does he look like an apparition? Like he's not actually there? And is he actually dead? But we told us he's not really talking about us. We're not doing anything. So they kept that one straight. Anybody ever heard of that conspiracy that Paul is dead? Yeah, he is alive. But I've got this thing about conspiracies. I'm not sure they're true. That's just a mountain. I'm not meant to leave to Nicholas. It's Margaret's capturing the hat's got down. You left again as synagogue, King David. Now falling down around. Well, not really go. That on your left is a Roman Catholic community centre. On your right is a Welsh Presbyterian. It's 66 years old, that. You aren't. Not as a mural, if you can see through the trees, but it's the road man that he was born up in. Yeah, he was born at number 9 Magdalen Street, Ringing. And that road down there. You guys downstairs might be able to see that road. It's a great likeness of him, isn't it? So he was born on the 7th of the 7th, in 1940. He went to school at 5 years old, just where the brow of the hill is to the left, and he met Jerry and Freddie Marsden. And Jerry and the Pacemakers, they lived on that road. First of our British group to have 3 number 1s with the first 3 songs. How do you do what you do to me? I wish I knew. Yeah, that was it. Jerry and the Pacemakers, number 1. The next song was I Like It. I like it, I like it, I like the way you run your fingers through my hair. No, I don't hear that anymore. No one will ever say that to me. And then the third song, so the local council asked for a donation from local people. Somebody gave £1 million, paid for all of it, to be relayed. Gave it anonymously, but the investigators turned out to be George Hodges. That's a great tree on your right. Big white tree. Just over there. Yeah, so when we found out at George Harrison, we asked him why he'd been so generous. He said, well, I used to play out in that park. I've smashed enough of them. Such a better replacement, you know. £1 million on the way. The company pulled the company to the park. We're on Greenbank Lane now. And England is green at the moment, isn't it? England, the green and pleasant land. We're on the edge of summer.
I get by with a little help from our friends.
Gaelic football on your left. We're all Republic. Republic.
So we're now walking along Penny Lane and we're just waiting to get a photo with the sign, the bus driver from the tour bus and the tour guides taking everybody's photographs. It's absolutely fantastic.
Okay, well, let's combine what's happening right now. You are in the middle of the Beatles. You're right in the middle of the most Beatlesy part of the entire universe. Penny Lane's in your ears and your eye. Blue suburban sky might rain any minute.
Strawberry fields, nothing is real.
So now we're walking up the hill to Strawberry Fields. Apparently Strawberry Fields is like gardens and a plaque, but we'll find out in a moment. Okay.
If you look over your left shoulder, we're not allowed to park right outside, so we move on a little bit. But there are always people here. It's Beatlemania. It's showing no signs of slowing down. Yeah, but this is where John lived for 17 years. The house itself is a museum. You know, have a little think about that. They're not just rock and rollers anymore. They're part of Britain's cultural industry. We have statues, monuments, galleries and museums. So they're not just rock and rollers, moving on then. But that's where they became songwriters for the first time as well. Where Lennon and McCartney put pen to paper and became Lennon and McCartney. Not to be overstated, that, you know. But his Aunt Mimi didn't like the idea of him playing the guitar, John. She said, John, it's common, and you'll never make a living out of it. But John Lennon didn't listen to people, and that's why we love his music so much. You know, he plowed it.
Yes, I'm gonna be a star. Maybe you can drive my car, and maybe I love you.
Just come off the tour buses there. The blue route and the red route, you can go on around the city and see Liverpool, but the blue route is absolutely amazing. There was Dominic and Lee, the drivers, were fantastic.
Thank you to the people of Liverpool, 3rd of December 1982.
Over there is where the This Morning TV programme used to be filmed before it moved down to London. That bit of water was where the map that Alison Hammond jumped on fell in, if anybody remembers that. Morning everybody, this is the last day of the wee mini holiday and we're on another open air tour bus going round about the city of Liverpool. Come with me and I'll show you round about Liverpool.
LGBT pigeons. These were installed in 2013 to celebrate 10 years since the removal of Section 28. On your right, this big red brick building with the two cream-coloured archways used to be Liverpool's original tram shelter from when we had overhead electric railway service during the 1940s. We don't anymore. It was bombed so heavily during World War II that they thought it would cost around about £2 million to repair it. We just didn't have it. So we spent £6 million and scrapped it. But fast forward to the 80s with our Thatcherite policy again. We had to sell off these buildings. So we sold this one off on our right to a place called National Museums and Galleries, and down there Arts Conservation Centre in the northwest. Take a turn right now and come up William Brown Street. William Brown Street is the only street in the UK full of grave on listed buildings, so I'll show you what they are. On your left we've got Liverpool World Museum, a fantastic museum of 5 different floors. It's got like sea life, animals, dinosaurs, bugs, loads of great stuff in there. The next one along is Liverpool Central Library. I'm a student, I know it's a good place to study in there. But if you look on the walkway by the entrance, you'll see names of loads of different classic books they've got stored inside there. And the last one, coming up on our left, is the Walk Art Gallery, filled with beautiful pre-1900s art. We also have the statues of Michelangelo and Leonardo outside of it. They're everyone's favourite Ninja Turtles. The man on the big tower is Sir Arthur Wellesley, that's the Duke of Wellington, twice MP for the Tory party for this constituency, and 3-term Prime Minister as well. Fair warning, like, there's still events later. There'll be awful lot of things to go on in there. This is also where Sir Paul McCartney ended his carpool karaoke session with James Corden as well. He didn't tell anybody he'd be performing in there until about 10 minutes beforehand because he wanted everybody to have an opportunity to see him, not just the press. We've got a statue on your left for a man named Hugh Stowell Brown. He was a socialist, human workers and human rights campaigner who spent the majority of his life dedicated to improving the social and working conditions of people around the country. He's one of the 4 men you've got to thank for your 2-day weekend. In 1904 and was completed in 1978, making this one the newer of the 2 cathedrals. Now, unfortunately, he didn't get to see the end of his creation. It passed away beforehand, however. So inside, there is a little red telephone box to commemorate a smallest art piece inside his biggest. It's the 5th largest religious structure in the world, the longest cathedral, the biggest by volume, and it's got the world's largest church organ on the inside. It's here right now, coming onto Rodney Street. Rodney Street is known as the Harley Street of the North, mainly because of the large medical practices and plastic surgeons we've got on here. Slip me a fiver on the way out, I'll let you know what way you can go from looking 70 to 17 on it. Not like any of you guys need that though, I'll beep into you lot. At number 62, this one with the purple sign on your left, that is where William Gladstone was born, 4-term UK Prime Minister for Liverpool's Liberal Party. At number 34 Rodney Street on the corner, that is where Henry Booth was born. He's known as the grandfather of the railways. And at number 4 Rodney Street, all the way down through these lights, that is where Brian Epstein was born, manager of the Beatles. You know, traditional Chinese restaurants, stuff like that. But there is a little bit of park in the middle, nice to have a sit on, and an Asian supermarket there too, so you can get some interesting stuff. There's a lot of world food around here as well. You know, just off the top of my head, we've got Greek, Japanese and Chinese bakeries, we've got French patisseries, we've got Syrian food, with new places opening up all the time, Thai food restaurants. We have Korean places as well. Korean Moyim, one of the best on this road, I would recommend. Derek's, which is like an American-style sandwich shop. Loads of stuff down here for anybody. Can you imagine to afford a gaff like this on the waterfront? Look at all these lovely boats and all these lovely houses. And lucky for you guys, I've got nothing to say, so I'll shut up. You won't have to listen to my drone and won't tell you like that. But I will play a song through the iPod.
So very cross the Mersey, 'cause this land's the place I love.
See where they on that balcony with the window, you can see people, so you can go up there.
It was bubbled off the Wrigley Building in Chicago. The clock towers on top measure 1.5 feet wider than those on Big Ben, making them the biggest in the UK. And the liver birds on top are 18-foot tall copper statues, made up of an eagle's head because that was on King John's coat of arms, and a cormorant's body, because the artist never saw an eagle in his life, he just lied about it. Now they are both liver birds up there, but they are two different birds. Bella, she looks out into the sea to keep all the sailors safe, and Bertie, he looks out into the city centre to make sure all the pubs are still open. Typical fella, eh? St Nick's Church, all right. It was the first church built in Liverpool and the original city centre. This high wall design was necessary though, because back in the day, all the sand, the sea, the water, the sediment used to crash up against it. This was to just protect it from erosion. That's what we're talking about. During the 1980s, with the Thatcher government, there was official policy not to give Liverpool any funding. She wanted to put the city into something she called a state of managed decline, which meant that by the year 2020, Liverpool would be a completely uninhabited city. As you can see, we fought against that. And the way we fought against it was just by selling everything the council owned. We heard a rumour about that building on your right, that it might have been used at some point during World War II, so we just decided to dig underneath it, and we discovered the bunker where the Battle of the Atlantic was planned, just underneath that building. They sealed it back up again after World War II because they thought we might need it going into the Cold War, but when we found it, we just thought, boss, we can sell that. Sold that on to a place called Western Approaches, which is now a really fantastic World War II museum. I do recommend you go if you're not interested. We've also got a lot of buildings with conservatorship orders on them. All those orders say is that you can't paint your buildings yellow. You see on your left, we've done it anyway. Looks really cool, so I'm going to press them up, yeah. As we come through these lights, on the other side of the road, you'll see two buildings. One called the Cool Britannia, and another with some statues. That's the Hard Day's Night Hotel.
Going back down towards the Cavern Club, everybody. We'll go back into the Cavern Club and we'll sit and listen to a wee band or two, have a wee drink, and then we'll head to the train and go home.
Sorry, there's something for...
The public holiday new album.
around was 11:30 till half 1. Right. In a line round. Okay.
Thank you.
I still can recall some are dead, some are leaving. The love of these friends and brothers, there is no one compares with you. And there's many reasons to believe when I think of love as something new.
They're fine. Oh wow. Hello there, big eyes. Poor California man. Hello, top of the world, tax man. Down, Mr. Tour. She said, shame, baby loves to rock. I know what I want. The Arctic Monkeys. Look at that way, the gents' toilets. You can come, it's okay. There's all the people that's been here. So you've got, see who I recognise. Codaline. You can come, it's okay. Elbow. Cilla Black. Bez. I'm still in the Cavern Club and it's absolutely fantastic. There's a man singing at the moment and he's really, really good. We'll stay here a wee bit longer and then we'll move on to the next destination and then we'll head home. Had a really, really good time here in Liverpool. It's been absolutely roasting and we had a thunderstorm, as you have seen in the video. But before we go to the train station and head home, we are now in a wee restaurant called Casper's Dessert, and the puddings and ice cream looks absolutely fantastic. I'll show you. Look at that. Looks so good. Really good. Have some ice cream at Casper's. It's just beside Millennium House and the Victoria Car Park. Come and have some ice cream. This is the lava cake. It came with ice cream and I think it's white milk chocolate. Wow. See what it tastes like. Oh my god. Look at the oozing down. Oh my god. So that right there is St George's Hall. It was heavily used in the Batman films as a Gotham City Hall. I've just got on the train from Manchester Oxford Road to Motherwell and we got put into a first class carriage. We've got no idea we'll be put in a first class carriage. So we've got free drink and free food. I'll show you the menu. That's all the food that you get after 11 AM on first class.
This is a Transpennine Express service.
I'm not that hungry, so I'm not going to have a big meal. Although we should have a big meal, but I'm not going to have a big meal. I'll probably have the tea cakes. Definitely wrapping up the video there. Been a fantastic couple of days. Again, thank you everybody for watching my videos and enjoy the rest of your day. Take care. Bye.